Hey there, I'm Angella Sharpe, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You know, there's something I love about hanging out with my niece and my nephew. My mom watched them over the weekend, so I went over there and hang out. And it's just so funny, like, kids don't worry about anything. We went to my nephew's basketball game, and my niece, who's 5 or 6, I can't really remember, but she was over there. We were like making up cheers and cheering. Like, they just don't care that people are looking at them. And I wish we all had that about ourselves. Like, don't worry about anybody else, just have a good time. That's what I think we should all take away from little tiny children. I can't really do it, I try to, but it's hard to do, but it's so much fun. Now today I'm very excited. I have Ed Wheatley here on the show. If you have a question about the St. Louis Browns, he's the guy to go to. But right now, he's got a book out on wrestling at the Chase. Everybody knows wrestling at the Chase is huge here in St. Louis, so he's going to tell us a little bit about the history and more about his book, and who knows, maybe make it into a show. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. Now, this week is Data Privacy Week, and it's a great time for us all to reflect on our online safety habits and make sure we're keeping our personal data secure. Now, aging Americans are especially at risk for cybercrimes, with millions of seniors falling victim to fraud and financial scams each year. To help educate older adults about internet safety, Oasis Connections will be offering a series of 4 live Zoom classes beginning this Friday, January 28th. They also have several free online resources, including a guide to online safety and the 2022 Oasis Cyber Tip Sheet. You can find these resources and learn more about their classes by visiting oasisnet.org/connections. And just always remember, if someone wants you to pay in gift cards, that's not real. If you are selling something and they send you a check for more money than it's worth, also don't deposit that check. Also not real. It's amazing how many times I read stories like that in the paper. Not real, guys. If it's too good to be true, it is. Now, the new website for free COVID tests from the government is now up and running. In the first phase, they are limiting it to 4 rapid tests per residential address, no matter how many people are in the household. The tests are completely free and will be shipped through the United States Postal Service 7 to 12 days after ordering. According to the CDC, the best time to test is 5 days after an exposure or as soon as symptoms appear. So if you need to get a test sooner, the website does offer other testing resources. You can find it all at covidtest.gov. And because of the recent surge in COVID cases, we've been seeing more closures and changes. The Science Center is currently closed to the public and plans to reopen on February 3rd. And the Repertory Theater of St. Louis has made changes to its remaining programming. The 39 Steps, originally slated to begin January 21st, has been pushed back to the final slot of the season and will now run March 18th through April 10th at the Loretta Hilton Center. House of Joy will now move to next season, and Stick Fly will continue as planned at Cocoa, beginning February 11th. For the complete schedule and show information, you can go to repstl.org. Now, I think we all can agree that the pandemic has really taken a toll on our mental well-being. All of us. That's why Walgreens Expressions Challenge has taken place in St. Louis and Chicago since 2009, and it's coming back this year, bigger and better than before. Now more than ever, teens need an outlet to express their thoughts and feelings, which is why the challenge is expanding nationwide with a focus on the mental health needs of our teen population. All high school students aged 13 to 19 can join in the challenge by using their creativity to share how they feel through visual arts, spoken word, and media arts. And this just isn't a great way to express yourself. It's also a chance to win up to $2,000 in scholarship money. The Walgreens Expression Challenge is open now through March 31st, and all the details on how to apply can be found at expressionschallenge.com. 5th and 6th grade male students at Siegel Elementary facing barriers to their success are finding a new source of support thanks to a recent partnership between Spire and the St. Louis City Public Schools through the mentoring program. Spire employees must meet with their students 2 times a month to talk about topics ranging from classwork to conflict resolution, coping skills, and more. There are already plans to grow the Spire Men's program later this year at Herzog Elementary. It's all part of Spire Serves Community Engagement Program, and you can learn more about it at spireenergy.com/community. Now, if you are looking for part-time work, the St. Louis Zoo has 2 job fairs coming up that you're going to want to add to your calendar. This could be so much fun to work at the zoo. They're looking to fill part-time positions, including everything from zoo line railroad and food service to groundskeeper, parking lot attendants, and more. In addition to spring, summer, and fall employees, are also seeking people with immediate availability for this winter. Flexible weekday and weekend positions are available for all ages, including as young as 15 with a work permit. The job fairs will take place on Saturday, January 29th, and Friday, February 4th, from 9 to 12 in the Living World at the zoo's north entrance. Walk-ins are welcome, and the dress is business casual. For more information, visit stlzoo.org/employment. That sounds like a really fun place to work. I think that'd be a great time. Now, everybody knows that Mardi Gras, right? We're kind of underway. The festivities continue this weekend with a new fan favorite scavenger hunt. Get ready for fun-filled Saturday afternoons, solving clues that lead to iconic St. Louis locations. At each spot, you'll answer questions, perform activities, and participate in one-of-a-kind physical challenges. They'll be handing out free treats along the way, and after the hunt, free beers and hurricanes await at the Bud Light Party Tent. They'll also have an award ceremony, mind-blowing prizes, and so much more. It takes place this Saturday, January 29th, starting at noon. To register and learn more, visit stlmardigras.org. Not only is it Mardi Gras season, but it's audition season. The Muny. Whether you're a professional actor or just looking for professional training, the Muny has experience for you. For talented teens hoping to be part of the 2022 season online registration is now open, right? So teens must be in 9th through 12th grade, and video submissions are due by Friday, February 4th, and callbacks will be announced via email on the 18th. Applications are also open for a 3-week Muny Webster intensive. This immersive theatrical experience takes place at Webster University and is only open to rising juniors and seniors and high school students who are not from the St. Louis area. The deadline to submit is Tuesday, February 1st. And finally, if you're an adult, are you ready? Adult auditions are live as well. The Muny is accepting video submissions for all adult St. Louis residents. Auditions including the EC dancers and singers. The deadline to submit these auditions is also Tuesday, February 1st. So you can audition and sing "Meet Me at the Muny," right? That'd be so fun. Now you can learn more about all these auditions and apply online at muny.org. Now, of course, you know my summer plans will include the Muny. They always do. The Muny is my favorite thing right here in St. Louis. So hopefully yours will too. Hey, maybe I'll see you on stage. But if you are looking for more of a European vacation, well, here's something you might like. This summer, for the first time in nearly 2 decades, nonstop flights to Europe will once again depart from St. Louis. That's amazing. Mayor Jones has all the exciting details in the latest 2 minutes with Mayor TJ. Check it out.
Good afternoon, or should I say, Guten Tag. You may have heard by now that Lufthansa will host a new nonstop flight from St. Louis to Frankfurt, Germany, starting in June. This is a major step in the right direction for economic development and it marks our city's first direct flight to continental Europe in decades. As the economic engine of our region, with top-tier health systems, world-class universities, and a thriving arts scene, St. Louis has so much to offer the international community. St. Louis is primed for the international stage. Through a public-private partnership, we are expanding international travel from Lambert Airport, contributing to our ability to attract more global businesses and international visitors who will in turn put more money into our local economy. As mayor, I want to put St. Louis back on the map. This flight connects us to the rest of the world, making St. Louis only one stop away from more than 100 worldwide destinations, including Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. So St. Louis, get your passports ready because travel to the rest of the world just got so much easier. Thank you.
I always love hearing about a non-stop flight, so that should be pretty great. You can tell I'm joined here with my guest, Ed Wheatley. It's so nice to have you here today.
Glad to be back.
Now, I obviously know you from your work with the St. Louis Browns. You know everything there is to know about them.
Well, we got a big fan club, and there's a lot of us, but yeah, I do. I'm the president of it.
So, and really, you come out, I've seen you at the Grizzlies games, emceeing their Brown night, and you really know everything there is to know about them.
Well, we try to keep them active and people to remember. I mean, they were 52 years in St. Louis and, played in the World Series against the Cardinals in '44. We shouldn't forget they were here. There's all this history about St. Louis that's worthwhile. I mean, there isn't a Brooklyn Dodgers fan club, a Philadelphia Athletics fan, but why is it there is in St. Louis? It's the St. Louis love of baseball.
I love that, but there's something else we love, and that's wrestling, right?
Oh my gosh, wrestling. It's like the craze. And St. Louis during the 40s, 50s, and 60s was the wrestling capital of the world.
Yeah, so you have a book out.
That's correct.
And it's focused kind of on the wrestling at the Chase.
Wrestling at the Chase, was the center of this all. And, it was at the Chase Park Plaza. That's where it gets its name. It was run by Sam Muchnick, who ran the NWA all across the world. And what we have built into what is the WWE today, its roots were here in St. Louis and probably would never have been what it was had it not been for these special programs, those special Saturday nights or early Sunday morning when it was re-aired. Everybody has a memory. Those 4 words, wrestling at the Chase, bring smiles, big eyes, and stories.
And you're not wrong. I remember they did a little wrestling thing at the Chase over the summer.
Yes, right.
And when I was telling people I was going there, grown men were so excited to hear about it.
Oh, everybody. Because it was everybody, they have these memories. Because it was a time, remember, there was generally one television in the house. And when it premiered, they became the 4th major network at night, and there wasn't that much. And it was something, and it wasn't just men. Some of the biggest fans were women. And it seems like when you go into all these stories, it's grandmas. Grandmas cussing, screaming at the television, and you're a young kid, adolescent, just in awe of your grandmother.
That's amazing. So if someone picks up your book, what is the rundown of how it goes through this book?
Well, I started I call it the 3 legs of the stool. Well, first of all, one of the legs is the evolution of the Chase Park Plaza, the Koppler family, and all the things they built there on those corners of Forest Park. I mean, Sam Koppler, when he built that area and all the different buildings along Lindell and that area down there, he wanted it to be like Central Park in New York. And that's that one leg and how this unbelievable, the wrestlers, we're wrestling in the Coruscant room. This is where all the social events are.
Right.
The Vail Prophet Ball, the Muny black tie dinner, everything that's social was in the Coruscant room. And here we're wrestling under these optimum chandeliers. The second leg is the evolution of television in St. Louis. Like when it first came to St. Louis, KSDK was the first station in St. Louis, one of the first in the country in 1947, and how that evolved to get this independent station, also by the Koppler family, Channel 11, and how through Wrestling at the Chase and the Three Stooges, they really became the #1 independent station in the country. And then the third is Sam Muchnick and his stable of wrestlers.
That is amazing. And I would imagine there's a whole bunch of photos from the past in there.
Yeah, one of the things that, we've won awards for and, we get the recognition in our books is, I load them up to be a coffee table style book 500, 700 pictures in all my books, whether it's the Browns, baseball in St. Louis, all the other ones. You know, because you want to take people back in the time, not just through the words, because those pictures are special, you know, whether it's the women and the men screaming ringside. And it's amazing how many times, whether it's in a ballpark or ringside at the Chase or the Keel, people identify themselves or their relatives.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah, and all these wrestlers and, you know, their favorites. He was my favorite. And so it is loaded up with just, you know, unbelievable photographs and pictures to take you back in time. So we don't forget those special moments. Or if you weren't alive then, why were your parents or your grandparents so gaga about this thing called Wrestling at the Chase?
That's right. And so when they brought Wrestling at the Chase back kind of recently,
yes,
people were always throwing it back to these stories.
Right.
The stories that I was not familiar with. So this would be a book to kind of get you up to date.
It closes that gap. I mean, we were down there. I was part of, you know, with their whole team at the NWA, Billy Corgan and all these things. And, you know, we were going through just to bring the memories. I have the original bell from Wrestling at the Chase, and we had it down there so that, you know, in 1959 when it first premiered, the ding, 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 everybody remembers Mickey Garagiola banging that bell every night, and that's what it was about.
I love this, but this is not your only plan for Wrestling at the Chase.
No.
You think there might be something more coming?
Well, definitely. I mean, we are hard at work, just like my baseball films that I've done for PBS. You know, they've been very popular across the country, and we are winding up working this look back in remembrance of Wrestling at Chase and the time when St. Louis was the wrestling capital of the world. And we look to have a premiere tentatively scheduled for the first week of June.
Oh, so that's coming up.
Very much coming up.
So you are really underway with this.
Oh, we're well underway.
Well underway.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of stories we'll be able to hear.
Oh, yes.
In addition to picking up the book, of course.
Oh, you're going to hear stories. You're going to see film back. You're going to hear people tell the memories, and you'll hear, you know, it's many of the people who were fans, the people who were wrestlers, the people like Bob Costas, the experiences, you know. We're working on The Rock to get his interview into our film. And, you know, it's just, you want to go back and you want to see this. I mean, this has been a project that when I was first asked to do it, you know, the Muchnick family, the Koppler family, the Garagiola, because you got to people forget, Joe Garagiola was the original host. It was actually called Joe Garagiola and Wrestling at the Chase. And he did it for the first 2 years before he went to New York to do the Today Show. But his brother, Mickey, you know, just the legend of the Hill, he's also one of the legends of Wrestling at the Chase.
I love this so much. So what book number is this for you?
This is the fourth one, and there's two more on their way.
Fourth one, and there's two more on their way.
Right. This will be our third film, yes.
Holy cow! You always stay busy.
Yeah. Something to do.
Something to do. Are you gonna tell us what the next two are gonna be, or is it a secret still?
Well, there's some things that I can't reveal at the time by the agreements of, you know, the publishers.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But Wrestling at the Chase, where can somebody find this book?
Book is, you know, it's available at all major bookstores throughout St. Louis. It's online, Amazon. You know, the best place probably to get it is readypress.com. You just go for our website, stlwrestlingbook.com. And it gets you to where you can order. But I mean, you can get it anywhere and everywhere across the country.
I love that so much. Is there a place people can follow along with you and all your...
Yeah, our website, the STL Wrestling Book is our website that keeps you apprised of where we're at and what we're doing. And, you know, we have many events. You know, we've had, where we've actually had book events where we've brought in wrestling matches, and we'll have
fun.
3, sometimes 6 matches with the SICW, and we bring in some of the legends. We had Cowboy Bob Orton. You know, we've had Jerry Powers. We've had Jerry Briscoe. And so we bring in a lot of these because they love St. Louis. They, you know, everybody, you know, from Ric Flair to Baron von Raschke. That's right. They all will say St. Louis was the place to be. To make it in that business, you had to come to St. Louis. You had to be a part of Muchnick Stable. And they're like, we'll do anything to keep that memory alive.
I love that so much. So people can follow along with STL Wrestling at the Chase. Follow along with them if some of those events might pop up. But you definitely need to check out Ed and follow along, check out his book. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us again.
Yeah, definitely check out Ed, check out Wrestling at the Chase. Like you said, literally, I feel like everybody over a certain age has really great memories about that. So thanks again. And don't forget, after you check him out, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can always drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix. We keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.